For decades, Lamborghini had one rule, one sacred principle that defined everything they built. Supercars only, mid-engine monsters, scissor doors, V12 symphonies, cars that existed purely to assault your senses and defy practicality. That was the Lamborghini way. That was the brand. That was the religion. Then in 2012, they did something unthinkable. They announced they were building an SUV. The purists lost their minds. An SUV with a Lamborghini badge? It was sacrilege. It was betraying everything the company stood for. It was selling out. Forums exploded with rage. Enthusiasts predicted disaster. Critics said Lamborghini had lost their soul. They were all wrong. The Lamborghini Urus didn't just succeed. It saved the company. It became their best-selling model ever. It redefined what a super SUV could be. This is the story of how Lamborghini took the biggest risk in their history, how they turned the automotive world upside down, how they proved that compromise doesn't mean surrender. This is the story of the Urus, the supercar that learned to carry groceries. Lamborghini Urus, the supercar that conquered reality, the impossible decision. For decades, Lamborghini had one rule, one sacred principle that defined everything they built. Supercars only, mid-engine monsters, scissor doors, V12 symphonies, cars that existed purely to assault your senses and defy practicality. That was the Lamborghini way. That was the brand. That was the religion. Then in 2012, they did something unthinkable. They announced they were building an SUV. The purists lost their minds. An SUV with a Lamborghini badge? It was sacrilege. It was betraying everything the company stood for. It was selling out. Forums exploded with rage. Enthusiasts predicted disaster. Critics said Lamborghini had lost their soul. They were all wrong. The Lamborghini Urus didn't just succeed. It saved the company. It became their best-selling model ever. It redefined what a super SUV could be. This is the story of how Lamborghini took the biggest risk in their history, how they turned the automotive world upside down, how they proved that compromise doesn't mean surrender. This is the story of the Urus, the supercar that learned to carry groceries. Image prompt: Lamborghini Urus reveal moment at auto show. Dramatic stage lighting, vehicle covered being unveiled, professional automotive journalism photography. Canon EOS R5, 24 to 70mm f/2.8 lens. Stage lighting, photorealistic reveal event, commercial presentation quality. Image prompt: classic Lamborghini Countach and modern Urus side by side in studio. Generational comparison, professional automotive photography, Hasselblad H60 400C, 50mm lens, dramatic studio lighting, photorealistic contrast, heritage meets innovation. The heritage they almost forgot. Here's what the critics didn't know, or chose to forget. This wasn't Lamborghini's first SUV. Not even close. In 1986, Lamborghini built the LM002, the Rambo Lumbo, a military-inspired off-road monster with a Countach V12 engine. Absolutely insane. Completely impractical. Totally Lamborghini. It was designed for desert warfare. It could hit 120 miles per hour across sand dunes. It drank fuel like water. It cost more than most houses. Only 301 were built. But they proved something crucial. Lamborghini could build something other than supercars, and people would buy it. The LM002 failed commercially because it was too extreme, too niche, too ridiculous even by Lamborghini standards. But the idea survived. The concept lingered. What if Lamborghini could build an SUV that kept the DNA but added actual usability? What if they could make something fast enough to wear the Raging Bull badge, but practical enough to drive every day? What if they could create a vehicle that didn't compromise, but rather combined the best of both worlds? For 20 years, that question sat unanswered. Lamborghini focused on what they knew. Aventadors, Huracans, pure, unfiltered supercars. But the market was changing. SUVs were exploding in popularity. Luxury SUVs were printing money for other brands. Bentley launched the Bentayga. Rolls-Royce announced the Cullinan. Even Porsche's Cayenne was outselling the 911. Lamborghini watched their competitors rake in profits while they stayed committed to low-volume supercars. The question became, how long can we survive selling only expensive toys? The answer was clear: not much longer. Designing the Urus was a tightrope walk between identity and practicality. It had to look like a Lamborghini. Aggressive, angular, unmistakable. The kind of design that makes pedestrians turn their heads. But it also had to function as an SUV. Ground clearance, cargo space, rear seat room, all the practical considerations that supercars ignore. The design team, led by Filippo Perini, started with Lamborghini's design language. Sharp lines, aggressive angles, hexagonal shapes everywhere. The front end is pure aggression. Massive air intakes, LED headlights that look like they're squinting in anger. A hood with power bulges that suggest violence lurking underneath. The side profile is where the magic happens. The roofline slopes like a coupe. The haunches are muscular. The wheel arches are flared. It looks fast standing still. Those aren't just styling choices. Every line serves aerodynamics. The active aero system includes front air curtains, an active rear spoiler, and underbody aero that generates real downforce. At high speed, the Urus produces downforce. An SUV creating downforce. That's not normal. That's Lamborghini refusing to accept limitations. The rear is unmistakably Lamborghini. Hexagonal exhaust outlets, a diffuser that looks ready for track duty, taillights that could double as angry eyes. Inside, the cabin is part fighter jet, part luxury lounge. Digital displays everywhere. Hexagonal design elements repeated throughout. Carbon fiber, Alcantara, premium leather. But here's the brilliant part. It has real rear seats, actual cargo space, cup holders, storage compartments, all the things supercars sacrifice. The Urus proves you don't have to choose between drama and usability. You can have both. You just have to care enough to do it right. Open the hood of the Urus. What you'll find is pure Lamborghini insanity. A 4-liter twin-turbocharged V8, 650 horsepower, 850 newton-meters of torque. Wait, a V8 in a Lamborghini? Where's the V10? Where's the V12? Where's the naturally aspirated Symphony? This is where Lamborghini made a crucial decision. They chose performance over tradition. The V8 isn't just any engine. It's related to the power plant in the Porsche Panamera Turbo and the Audi RS6. Shared engineering from the Volkswagen Group. But Lamborghini didn't just bolt in a borrowed engine. They re-engineered everything. Different turbochargers, custom engine management, Lamborghini-specific tuning. The result is an engine that delivers supercar performance in an SUV package. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour? 3.6 seconds. That's faster than a Porsche 911 Carrera S. That's supercar territory from a 2-ton plus SUV. Top speed? 305 kilometers per hour. The fastest SUV in production when it launched. An SUV that can exceed 300 kilometers per hour. That's absurd. That's unnecessary. That's absolutely Lamborghini. The transmission is an 8-speed automatic, not a dual clutch, not a manual, a torque converter automatic. Why? Because in an SUV, smoothness matters. Daily drivability matters. The automatic provides seamless shifts, works perfectly in traffic, and still delivers lightning-fast gear changes when you demand it. Power goes to all 4 wheels through an active torque vectoring system. Normally, 40% goes to the front, 60% to the rear. But it can shift up to 70% forward or 87% rearward, depending on conditions. This isn't just all-wheel drive. This is intelligent, adaptive, performance-oriented all-wheel drive that makes the Urus feel smaller and more agile than it has any right to. The Urus has 6 driving modes. 6 completely different personalities in one vehicle. Strata, street mode, the daily driver setting. The suspension softens. The exhaust quiets. The throttle response becomes manageable. You could drive this to the office without attracting attention. Well, as little attention as a Lamborghini SUV can attract. Sport. Things wake up. The suspension firms. The exhaust opens up. The gear shifts quicken. The steering adds weight. This is where the Urus starts feeling like a Lamborghini. Corsa, race mode. Everything becomes aggressive. The suspension is rock hard. The exhaust is loud. The shifts are violent. The traction control loosens its grip. This is track mode. For an SUV, Neve, snow mode. The system optimizes for slippery conditions. More conservative throttle mapping. Gentler torque delivery. Higher intervention from stability control. Because yes, you can daily drive a Lamborghini in winter. Terra, off-road mode. Raises the suspension. Adjusts the all-wheel drive system for maximum traction. Changes throttle response for rock crawling. The Urus can actually go off-road. Legitimately. Sabia, sand mode. Specifically tuned for desert driving. Allows more wheel slip. Maintains momentum. Prevents the vehicle from bogging down. This is LM002 Heritage living in modern form. And finally, Ego mode. Your personal setting. You choose every parameter. Suspension stiffness, exhaust volume, steering weight, transmission behavior. Customize the Urus exactly how you want it. 6 vehicles in one. A comfortable cruiser, a track weapon, an off-road, capable adventure vehicle. All controlled by a single selector on the center console. This is the genius of the Urus. It refuses to be just one thing. It's everything all at once. The numbers are shocking, but numbers don't tell the whole story. What the Urus delivers is something no other SUV had achieved. It drives like a supercar that happens to sit higher. The steering is direct, precise. There's actual feedback. You can feel what the front wheels are doing. In an SUV, that shouldn't be possible. The chassis is incredibly stiff. Carbon fiber structural elements, aluminum suspension components, steel reinforcements in critical areas. The body doesn't flex. It doesn't bend. It responds instantly to your inputs. The adaptive air suspension is wizardry. In comfort mode, it soaks up imperfections like a luxury sedan. In sport mode, it firms up dramatically. In Corsa mode, it's essentially coilover suspension. The active anti-roll bars eliminate body roll in corners. The Urus stays flat, planted, composed. It corners like it's defying physics. Carbon ceramic brakes are standard. 440mm discs in front. Enormous stopping power. Fade-resistant. Track-capable. Because of course a Lamborghini SUV needs carbon ceramic brakes. The torque vectoring system is constantly working. It can brake individual wheels to help rotate the car through corners. It can send power to the wheel with the most grip. It makes the Urus feel smaller and more agile than it is. On a track, the Urus is shockingly capable. It's not as fast as a Huracan, but it's faster than most sports cars. And it does it while weighing over 2,000 kilograms. On the road, it's comfortable enough for daily use. Refined enough for long trips. Practical enough for family duties. And when you want to unleash it, when you drop it into Corsa mode and find an empty road, it transforms into something savage. Something that howls and lunges and attacks corners with legitimate aggression. This is the Urus paradox. It's practical and insane, comfortable and violent, usable and extreme. When the Urus launched in 2018, it entered a market that barely existed. The Bentley Bentayga was there. Powerful, luxurious, but more focused on comfort than performance. The Porsche Cayenne Turbo was the original performance SUV. Fast, capable, but aging and lacking the drama. Range Rover Sport SVR offered luxury and speed, but couldn't match the Urus's track capability. Maserati Levant Trofeo tried, but couldn't deliver Lamborghini-level performance. The Urus didn't just compete with these vehicles. It made them irrelevant. It was faster than all of them, more distinctive, more exciting, more capable, but more importantly, it created a new category, the super SUV. Not just a fast SUV, a genuine performance vehicle that happened to have SUV practicality. The competition noticed. They scrambled to respond. Aston Martin rushed the DBX into production. Ferrari announced the Purosangue. Lotus revealed the Electra. McLaren is rumored to be considering an SUV. Every supercar manufacturer that once swore they'd never build an SUV suddenly had SUV programs in development. Why? Because the Urus proved the market existed. Proved that customers would pay supercar prices for SUV practicality. Proved that you could build something practical without destroying your brand identity. The Urus didn't just succeed. It changed the industry. It showed supercar manufacturers that diversification wasn't betrayal, that expanding your lineup wasn't selling out, that you could serve new customers without abandoning your core values. Lamborghini's sales exploded. The Urus outsold the Huracan and Aventador combined. It brought new customers to the brand. Younger customers, female customers, customers who would never consider a mid-engine supercar, but love the idea of a Lamborghini they could actually use. Here's where Lamborghini really separates from the competition. Customization. The ad personam program allows customers to personalize every aspect of their Urus. And Lamborghini customers take full advantage. Exterior colors? Over 300 options. Standard colors. Metallic colors. Matte finishes. Custom mixed colors match to anything you want. Want your Urus to match your private jet? Done. Want it to match your yacht? Absolutely. Want a color that doesn't exist anywhere else on Earth? They'll create it. Wheels, multiple designs, various sizes, different finishes, painted, polished, powder-coated, whatever you want. Interior materials, leather in dozens of colors. Alcantara, carbon fiber, wood trim, aluminum, combinations that would make an interior designer weep. Stitching, choose the color, choose the pattern. Diamond stitching, hexagonal stitching, contrast stitching, matching stitching. The carbon fiber packages add exposed carbon everywhere. Hood, roof, mirrors, side skirts, rear diffuser, spoiler, interior trim. Special edition models take it further. The Urus Pearl Capsule, the Urus Graphite Capsule, the Urus Performante, each with unique styling elements and exclusive options. Some Urus SUVs cost over $300,000 after customization. That's more than a base Huracan. But customers don't care. They want their Urus to be unique, to be theirs, to be unlike any other vehicle on the road. Lamborghini delivers. They'll build whatever you're willing to pay for. And wealthy customers are willing to pay a lot. The result? No two Urus vehicles are exactly alike. Walk through any major city, and you'll see Urus SUVs in colors and configurations you've never seen before. This isn't just selling cars. This is selling personal expression, individual identity, rolling art that reflects the owner's personality. The Urus didn't just sell well. It became a cultural icon. In Dubai, Urus SUVs are everywhere. Custom builds with gold accents, wrapped in chrome, modified with aftermarket wheels and exhaust systems. In Los Angeles, the Urus became the ultimate flex. Celebrities drove them. Influencers posted them. Athletes collected them. Rappers name-dropped the Urus in songs. The vehicle appeared in music videos. It became a status symbol that transcended automotive enthusiasm. The Urus represents a specific kind of success. It says you've made it. You can afford a Lamborghini, but you're practical enough to choose one you can actually use. It's the supercar for people who have outgrown pure supercars, who want the brand, want the performance, want the prestige, but also need to pick up kids from school or transport luggage to the airport. The soccer moms in wealthy suburbs drive Urus SUVs. The tech entrepreneurs in Silicon Valley drive them. The real estate moguls in New York drive them. It's become the default choice for wealthy people who want something special but usable. Something that stands out, but doesn't compromise practicality. The aftermarket exploded. Mansory offers wide-body kits that make the Urus even more aggressive. Novitec provides performance upgrades. ABT Sportsline adds power and styling. Top Car creates custom interiors with exotic materials. Some modified Urus SUVs produce over 800 horsepower. Some have wide-body kits that add 6 inches to the width. Some have interiors covered in crocodile leather or carbon fiber, or even precious metals. The Urus became a canvas, a starting point for customization rather than a finished product. This cultural impact is what Lamborghini didn't predict. They knew the Urus would sell. They didn't know it would become a phenomenon. Lamborghini looked at the standard Urus. 650 horsepower, 3.6 seconds to 100. Top speed over 300. And they said, not enough. In 2022, they launched the Urus Performante, the hardcore version, the track-focused variant that shouldn't exist, but absolutely does. Power increased to 666 horsepower, because of course Lamborghini would make an SUV with demonic horsepower figures. Weight dropped by 47 kilograms through extensive use of carbon fiber hood, carbon fiber roof, carbon fiber doors, titanium exhaust system. The suspension was recalibrated, stiffer springs, recalibrated dampers, more aggressive anti-roll bars, wider track width, new aero package, larger front splitter, more aggressive side skirts, massive rear wing, bigger diffuser, all functional, all generating actual downforce. The result? 0 to 100 in 3.3 seconds. A tenth faster. Top speed unchanged at 306 kilometers per hour. But the numbers don't tell the story. The Performante feels different. Sharper, more aggressive, more focused. It's louder. The titanium exhaust creates a sound that's absolutely inappropriate for an SUV. It crackles on overrun. It pops on downshifts. It howls under full throttle. The steering is quicker. The chassis is stiffer. The brakes are even more powerful. The Performante attacks corners with genuine ferocity. Lamborghini took the Performante to the Nürburgring. They ran it around the Nordschleife. They didn't publish an official time, but insiders suggest it was shockingly quick. An SUV running competitive lap times at the most demanding racetrack in the world. That's not normal. That's the Lamborghini way. The Performante proves something crucial. The standard Urus wasn't the limit. It was just the beginning. Let's talk about what the Urus really accomplished. It saved Lamborghini. Before the Urus, Lamborghini sold maybe 3,000 cars per year. Good for a supercar brand, but barely profitable. The Urus changed everything. In 2019, its first full year of production, Lamborghini sold over 8,000 vehicles. The Urus accounted for more than half of those sales. By 2021, Lamborghini sold over 8,600 vehicles. The Urus was nearly 60% of total sales. The revenue impact was staggering. The Urus starts around $230,000, but most sell for significantly more after options and customization. Average transaction price, probably close to $270,000, maybe more for heavily optioned examples. Do the math. 5,000 Urus SUVs at $270,000 each? That's $1.35 billion of revenue from one model. That's more revenue than Lamborghini generated in their entire history before the Urus launched. The profits funded development of new models. The Huracan STO, the Aventador Ultime, the new Revuelto V12 Hybrid. All possible because the Urus printed money. The Urus also brought new customers who then bought supercars. Someone buys an Urus, loves it, decides they want a Huracan as a weekend car. That's incremental sales the brand wouldn't have captured otherwise. The Urus justified Lamborghini's independence within the Volkswagen Group, made them profitable enough to demand resources, gave them leverage to develop future products. Without the Urus, Lamborghini might have been absorbed more deeply into Audi, might have lost their independence, might have become just another badge-engineered product line. The Urus preserved Lamborghini's autonomy, secured their future, guaranteed the continuation of V10 and V12 supercars for another generation. This wasn't just a successful product launch. This was a company-saving strategic masterstroke. Lamborghini has already announced the Urus's future, and it's electric. The next generation Urus, coming in 2027 or 2028, will be fully electric. No V8, no turbos, no internal combustion, pure electric power, multiple motors, probably well over 700 horsepower, possibly approaching or exceeding 800. Lamborghini is developing a new electric platform specifically for the Urus, not shared with Audi or Porsche. Lamborghini-specific architecture designed for performance. The battery pack will be massive, probably over 100 kilowatt hours. Range will exceed 500 kilometers. Charging speeds will be extreme, 350 kilowatts or more, 10 to 80% in under 20 minutes. The performance targets are ambitious, 0 to 100 in under 3 seconds. Top speed still exceeding 250 kilometers per hour. But here's the interesting part. Lamborghini isn't killing the combustion Urus immediately. They're running both in parallel for several years. The current V8 Urus will continue production, probably with mild hybrid assistance. Maybe a plug-in hybrid variant offering short-range electric driving. This gives customers choice. Want the traditional engine? Buy the V8. Want cutting-edge electric performance? Wait for the EV. Lamborghini learned from the Urus launch. They learned that their customers are more open-minded than anyone expected. That innovation doesn't destroy brand loyalty. That evolution is possible without alienating the core audience. The electric Urus will be controversial. Some will hate it, but most will probably love it. Because if it's faster, more capable, more advanced, does the power plant really matter? The Urus proved Lamborghini can take risks and win. The electric Urus will test that lesson again. The Lamborghini Urus is one of the most important cars of the 21st century. Not because it's the fastest, not because it's the most powerful, not because it broke any particular records, but because it proved something the automotive industry didn't believe was possible. You can build a practical, usable, daily drivable vehicle that's still absolutely, unmistakably a Lamborghini. You can serve new customers without betraying your identity. You can expand your market without diluting your brand. You can make money without selling out. The purists who predicted disaster were wrong. The Urus didn't destroy Lamborghini. It saved them. It funded the development of future supercars. It introduced the brand to new demographics. It proved that Lamborghini could innovate beyond mid-engine monsters. Is the Urus perfect? No. It's heavy. It's expensive. The V8, while powerful, lacks the emotional appeal of Lamborghini's naturally aspirated engines. But it's not trying to be a Huracan. It's trying to be an SUV that drives like a Lamborghini. And in that mission, it succeeds absolutely. The Urus is fast enough to embarrass sports cars, capable enough for genuine off-road adventures, practical enough for daily use, distinctive enough to turn heads everywhere. It's the supercar that learned to be useful. The Lamborghini that grew up without losing its edge. The raging bull learned to carry cargo. And somehow, it became even more impressive.